So I'd like to know what your immediate reaction would be to the arrest of Simon Ekpa.
I supported the arrest. I was crying and I was wailing. I was begging that those of them in the authority should get hold to Simon Ekpa. Because I made Simon the coordinator of Biafrans in Finland. Then he turned around. Simon came in from the angle of destruction. That was not what we were preaching for. We were just asking Nigerians to allow us be. We are here, for God has created us and placed us here in a land that is flowing with milk and honey. And the enemies don't want us to stay. If my enemy wants me to die, or he's playing a music that will take me to the other side, must I dance to that music? Simon was everything that the enemies wanted for us. So, I love the arrest. And of course, you know that since that arrest, a kind of calm, a kind of normalcy is returning.
Abego, who is this woman? I've tried to make some research to know if I can read some, histories about her, but I can't find her anywhere. She said her name is Ebere Chukwu Keneko, that she is popularly known as Ada Biafra, that she's the one that made Simon Ekpa the coordinator in Finland. And I was like, eh? And now she's not happy with what Simon Ekpa is doing again, that she's happy that Simon Ekpa has been arrested. Please, waiting person no go see for this app. Anyways, please, if you know about her, she said her name is Ada Biafra. I know there are so many people that answer Ada Biafra. If you go to Facebook, type Ada Biafra, there are so many of them. If you go to all social media, type Ada Biafra, you will see so many of them. So I don't know the one she is. I don't even know her. So please, I'm just asking, if you know about her, please drop it on the comment section. Probably I want to know more about her so that, I can't talk what I don't really know. I can't talk about her when I don't really know about her. Okay, so I probably have to learn from people that know about her. So if you know her, please drop it on the comment section. And please, it is very, very important that we listen to what she said. Even though some of the things she said are not are not useful, so to say. But please, just listen to her. Listen to her and let us hear what she has to say.
What has been at the forefront of the minds of Southeasterners is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu going to be released? That question came up during the presidential visit. It has come up during various interviews that we've conducted across the Southeast region. So I'd like to come to you, Ada Biafra. What do you make of this? Do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would regain his freedom under this present administration?
Yes, as long as Nnamdi is still alive. And as long as Biafrans are still in Nigeria, Nnamdi will be released. For the great Chukwu Okike Abiyama that made Nnamdi Kanu and made him a Biafran is with him wherever he is. And he will not leave him until he's released. I am optimistic, very, very, very optimistic that he will be released. Under this government, Nnamdi will come out.
What makes you so optimistic?
Number one is that he's still alive. He's not dead. And number two is that Nigeria is still Nigeria. And number three is that God still kept some people in this territory that is called Biafra. And number four is that though we are Nigerian citizens, we are still indigenous people of Biafra. God has not left us. And there was an election. And both the Igbos, the Biafrans, the Nigerians, the Hausas, the Yorubas, the Fulanis, they partook in the election that brought what is his name? Emiloko, President Tinubu into power. And I know that Tinubu is president to all. So Nnamdi will come out.
All right, let's come to you now, Igwe. Do you agree with what we've heard from Ada Biafra this morning? And what do you think Nigeria has learned from the events of the Nigerian Civil War? Has Nigeria, in fact, learned anything?
Well, I'll come from this perspective. let me go back a bit. Biafra as a word, as a right. People should understand that it's not a creation of war. It's always been there. We have the right of Biafra, right of Benin. These are people, common people from common backgrounds, though our tongues might differ. But Biafra is not a creation of war, whether anybody removes it from the plan or not. It's not about war. So Biafra is there. Now, coming to your question directly, Nnamdi Kanu ought to have been released. Not whether I'm optimistic of whether he would be released. He ought to have been released because even the apex court in the country had made a pronouncement that there was no prima facie case as far as he was charged. Ordinarily, he should have been released. But because the law isn't really operating, not within this regime anyway, he was still in incarceration and new charges coming up while he was being detained. He had already been discharged of all he was charged of. He shouldn't have continued to be there except he had committed any other offense. You know? So, having said that, I so much believe that this regime should be able to release him, should be able to look at the advantages of releasing him to calm soothe the nerves of people. I keep telling people, and I pray God that He will help me, don't push your people to a level they will begin to think safer dead. You know, I don't know how many of you that read a number of James Hadley Chase. There was this book he wrote which I read, Safer Dead. When you push people to begin to think that they are better dead than living, the security situation is always so difficult to manage. Because you are coming to a people or a certain group of persons who already believed that it was better dead. You know? So, having said this, I encourage the government of Nigeria to please release that young man. On point of law, he's been discharged by the apex court of Nigeria. He shouldn't still be there. Let us release him and begin to look at some other things that could be the cause of insurrection. Very important. Then your other question, whether we have learned a lesson from that. There are numerous lessons from the war, but whether we learned it is doubtful. If we had learned the lessons that the war taught us, we shouldn't be in the mess we are. Our society is so mucky these days because we didn't learn anything from the war. Unfortunately, people wrongly are trying to suppress history. And once we suppress history, not trying to let people understand what happened, you might not be doing the correct thing. Leadership becomes so effective. I'm a leader one. Leadership becomes more effective when you are seen to be taking responsibility. This is done under my watch. It shouldn't have been done. I'm sorry about that. This is done under my watch. It should have been done. You take responsibility. You know, we should stop behaving like the ostrich. Once the ostrich hides its head, the ostrich thinks it's covered.
It's covered everything.
But every other part of the body is being seen. You know, so a number of lessons. If I've had the opportunity of occupying the apex position, I would have managed the situation differently.
All right.
Like I have always told you, I don't know. I have always said it in different media houses.
Yes.
Yes, you can't delete Biafra. But I want to tell Biafrans that I want a more psychological Biafra than physical Biafra.
All right. Let me quickly get the thoughts of Ada Biafra on the issue. You supported the end to sit at home in Enugu. So I would like to know what your immediate reaction would be to the arrest of Simon Ekpa.
Yeah, I think I was here, and I supported the arrest. I supported. I was crying and I was wailing. I was begging that those of them in the authority should get hold to Simon Ekpa. Because I made Simon the coordinator of Biafrans in Finland. I made him the coordinator. But he turned around. You see, when the value of a thing is not known, abuse is highly inevitable. Simon came in from the angle of destruction. That was not what we were preaching for. We were just asking Nigerians to allow us be. We are here. For God has created us and placed us here in a land that is flowing with milk and honey. And the enemies don't want us to stay. And we asked, what were we going to do? Or what are we going to do? If my enemy wants me to die, or he's playing a music that will take me to the other side, must I dance to that music? So because Simon was everything that the enemies wanted for us. So I love the arrest. And of course, you know that since that arrest, a kind of calm, a kind of normalcy is returning here. And I championed the end to sit at home. Because
That's right.
oh
That's right. Okay, let me...
So, what do you think? What do you think? Drop your comment on the comment section. And as I said, if you know about her, drop it on the comment section, all right? Thank you and God bless you.